The hidden power of spices, which to use, which to avoid after 60. Spices might seem harmless, just a dash here or a sprinkle there, but once you reach your golden years, what you shake onto your plate starts to matter more than ever. Those tiny pinches of flavor can have a big impact, not just on taste, but on how your body digests food, handles inflammation, manages blood pressure, and even how your medications work. Think of spices like quiet companions on your health journey. Some walk alongside you, supporting your body, reducing inflammation, boosting immunity, and helping your meals nourish you in ways that go far beyond flavor. But others, they sneak in and stir up trouble, causing bloating, heartburn, high blood pressure, or interfering with your prescriptions in ways you might not even realize. For older adults, this difference becomes especially important. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive. What didn't bother you at 35 might suddenly leave you feeling bloated, off balance, or unusually tired at 65. It doesn't mean you need to eat bland food for the rest of your life. It just means it's time to make smarter spice choices, ones that work with your body, not against it. In this guide, we'll walk you through 5 spices to use with caution, even if they're flavorful favorites, and 5 that deserve a regular spot in your kitchen for their impressive health benefits. We're not here to take the joy out of your meals. On the contrary, we're here to redefine flavor so that it supports both your taste buds and your well-being. Because the truth is, what you season your food with could be the missing piece in your plan to feel better every day. Whether aiming for clearer thinking, more flexible joints, or a calmer digestive system, the right spices can help. Have you ever finished a meal and felt unexpectedly tired, gassy, or uncomfortable in your stomach? Or maybe you've been struggling to manage your blood pressure, acid reflux, or daily fatigue, even though you're eating healthier overall? If so, this article is for you, because sometimes it's the smallest ingredients that make the biggest difference. And when you choose those ingredients wisely, each meal becomes more than just a routine. It becomes an opportunity to heal, energize, and support your body with every bite. Spice with caution. Why table salt isn't so innocent after 60. Salt is one of those ingredients that sits quietly on every dining table. It's something we reach for without thinking, just a quick shake here, a little sprinkle there. For decades, salt was seen as a harmless, even essential part of flavoring food. But as we age, salt becomes a seasoning we need to treat with a little more care, especially if we want to protect our heart, kidneys, and overall balance. Here's the truth. As we grow older, our bodies become more sensitive to sodium, the main component of table salt. Kidneys don't filter as efficiently, our blood vessels may stiffen a bit, and suddenly, what used to be just a little extra flavor can now contribute to a cascade of health issues: swollen ankles, high blood pressure, frequent headaches, and even shortness of breath. The tricky part, these problems often build up slowly and silently. You might not feel any different today after a salty meal, but over time, that extra sodium accumulates, and for many seniors, especially those managing high blood pressure or taking certain medications, it can pose serious risks. And not all salt is created equal. Refined table salt, the kind you'll find in most shakers, has been stripped of its natural minerals. It's processed to dissolve quickly and deliver a sharp hit of flavor, one that fades fast, often leading people to use more than they realize. It also tends to flatten the natural complexity of your food, dulling your taste buds and pushing you to reach for more salt just to feel satisfied. Even more concerning, excessive sodium has been directly linked to an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney failure. And if you're already on medications that affect your body's water or electrolyte balance, too much salt can quietly throw things further out of sync. So what's the solution? You don't have to give up flavor. You just need to build flavor more wisely. Instead of relying on salt to do all the heavy lifting, reach for ingredients that add depth and dimension. Fresh herbs like basil, rosemary, and parsley, a squeeze of lemon or a splash of vinegar, garlic, onion, celery, or even a pinch of seaweed can bring natural savoriness that satisfies without overloading your system. And if you do use salt, opt for unrefined varieties like sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, and use them sparingly and intentionally after tasting your food. These kinds of salts still contain trace minerals and tend to deliver a more balanced flavor. Your taste buds will adjust, and so will your health. In time, you'll begin to appreciate the true flavor of your food with far more satisfaction and far fewer health concerns. Because flavor and wellness don't have to be enemies. They can and should go hand in hand, especially as we age. spicing with care. Why black pepper might be too much after 60. Black pepper. It's on almost every table, ready to twist over soups, eggs, meats, or salads. It feels like a harmless touch, just a bit of extra flavor. But as we get older, even the most familiar spices can start behaving differently in our bodies. And while black pepper isn't something most people think of as a health concern, using too much of it, especially after 60, might be doing more harm than good. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't a call to ban black pepper. It's about becoming more aware. Because as our bodies age, our digestion changes, and what used to be fine in our 30s or 40s can become irritating or uncomfortable in our 60s and beyond. Here's the issue. Black pepper contains a natural compound called piperine. This is what gives it that warm, sharp kick. In small amounts, piperine can actually help your body absorb nutrients, especially from foods like turmeric or certain vitamins. But when used too generously, as many of us do without thinking, it can irritate the lining of the stomach, especially when that lining is thinner or more sensitive due to age. As we get older, our stomachs tend to produce less stomach acid, which means food takes longer to digest and is more likely to cause bloating, discomfort, or reflux. When you add in a heavy dose of black pepper, especially alongside other spicy or acidic foods, you might start to notice burning, gas, or even pain. Unfortunately, we often blame the wrong thing, the meat, the sauce, the bread, when the real trigger could be the pepper grinder. And here's something else to consider. Piperine can also affect how some medications are absorbed. For seniors who are managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar with daily prescriptions, too much pepper might subtly interfere with how those medications work, speeding up or slowing down absorption in ways you wouldn't notice right away. What's the solution? You don't have to sacrifice flavor, just season with more awareness. Try building taste with herbs that are easier on the digestive system. Thyme, rosemary, sweet paprika, or dried basil can bring depth and warmth to a dish without triggering acid or bloating. A little grated lemon zest, a pinch of ground cumin, or even a bit of turmeric can add richness without the digestive toll. And if you still love black pepper, just go lighter. Taste your food first. See if it really needs that extra twist. As we age, our spice rack should evolve with us. Seasoning should be intentional, not automatic. So next time you reach for that pepper mill, pause and ask, is this helping me or just a habit? Because a little awareness goes a long way toward making your meals both satisfying and senior-friendly. Think twice about the heat, what older adults should know about chili powder and hot peppers. For many people, spicy food is pure joy, a burst of excitement with every bite. A little kick of heat can make a meal feel bold and alive. But as we grow older, our digestive systems change, and what once felt invigorating can suddenly become uncomfortable. For seniors, chili powder and hot peppers can quickly shift from delightful to disruptive. That warm, fiery feeling may be enjoyable in the moment, but the aftermath? Often not. We're talking heartburn, bloating, stomach pain, and lingering discomfort that lasts much longer than the taste. The culprit is a compound called capsaicin. It's what gives chili peppers their signature heat. In small doses, capsaicin has its benefits. It can help boost metabolism and has some anti-inflammatory properties. But for people over 50, whose digestive linings may be thinner and more sensitive, capsaicin can be a harsh irritant. It may trigger acid reflux, cause a burning sensation in the stomach, or even aggravate underlying conditions like gastritis and the effects don't always stop with one spicy meal. Repeated exposure to high levels of spice can reduce sensitivity in the digestive tract over time, leading to chronic inflammation and irregular bowel function. For older adults already managing medications that slow digestion or affect gut health, adding more stress to the system could turn manageable symptoms into daily discomfort. There's another angle to consider. Spicy foods can interfere with appetite. Some seniors already struggle with eating enough or getting proper nutrients. The numbing or masking effect of spicy food may cause you to eat less than you need without realizing it. And since hot spices can increase sweating and body heat, they also pose a mild dehydration risk, especially in older adults who are already prone to fluid imbalance. To make matters trickier, many chili powders sold in stores aren't just ground pepper, they're often blended with garlic powder, salt, anti-caking agents, and preservatives, all of which can further irritate your digestive system without you even knowing it. So what's the solution? You don't have to give up all heat, just dial it back and choose wisely. Try sweet paprika instead of hot chili powder. It gives a gentle warmth without the fire. A pinch of ground cumin or smoked paprika can also add complexity without upsetting your stomach. If you love hot sauce, dilute it with a little olive oil and lemon juice to tone down the intensity while keeping the flavor. The key is respecting the heat. Listen to your body. Notice how you feel after a spicy meal, not just during the bite, but an hour or two later. Your digestive system will thank you for the chaos. Because when it comes to flavor, it's not just about excitement, it's about comfort, balance, and enjoying food in a way that supports your health, not strains it. Garlic powder, a hidden troublemaker for sensitive stomachs. Garlic has long been hailed as a super spice. In its natural, fresh form, it's packed with heart-healthy, immune-boosting, and even antibacterial benefits. For generations, it's been a kitchen staple, and rightfully so. But the moment garlic is dried, ground, and turned into garlic powder, it becomes something quite different, stronger, more concentrated, and often much harder on the digestive system, especially for older adults. Here's the thing. Garlic powder is everywhere. It's tucked into spice blends, salad dressings, marinades, sauces, even sprinkled over snack foods. Because it delivers a bold flavor with just a pinch, it's easy to overuse without realizing it. But for many people over 60, especially those with sensitive stomachs or slower digestion, that extra flavor can come with a cost. Gas, bloating, indigestion, and even nausea are common complaints from seniors who unknowingly consume too much garlic powder. As we age, our gut becomes more delicate and less efficient at processing certain irritants, garlic powder included. Now, it's important to understand how garlic powder differs from fresh garlic. Fresh garlic contains a compound called allicin, which provides many of its health benefits. But garlic powder is often heat processed, and that process can strip away much of the allicin. What you're left with is a more pungent, concentrated version of garlic without the same nutritional punch, but with a much greater risk of irritation. This can be especially problematic for those with acid reflux or GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Garlic powder, especially in large amounts, may relax the lower esophageal sphincter, the valve that keeps stomach acid from creeping back up. The result? That familiar burning sensation in the chest or throat after a meal. And if you're already taking medications that affect digestion or acid levels, garlic powder can make matters worse. Another issue. Store-bought garlic powder often contains more than just garlic. Many brands include anti-caking agents, preservatives, and sometimes salt or onion powder, which can quietly increase your sodium intake and add to digestive distress, all without you even knowing. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up the flavor of garlic to feel better. Instead of reaching for the shaker, try using fresh garlic, lightly sautéed in olive oil for a mellow, rich aroma that's easier on the gut. You can also roast whole garlic cloves in the oven until they're soft and sweet, then mash them into sauces, spreads, or pasta for a flavor that's both gentle and satisfying. Even garlic-infused olive oil is a wonderful alternative that delivers taste without the digestive side effects. And if you're used to tossing garlic powder into every dish out of habit, take a moment to pause. Try skipping it for a few meals and see how your body responds. Many people find that cutting back not only improves digestion, but also helps them appreciate the natural flavors of their food even more. Because at this stage of life, your meal should nourish you, not leave you feeling bloated, burned out, or uncomfortable. Choose flavor wisely, and your body will thank you. Curry powder. Flavorful, but not always friendly after 60. Curry powder brings a sense of warmth, richness, and exotic depth to everything from soups to stews to stir-fries. Its golden hue and earthy aroma feel both comforting and exciting. And because it's made up of so many colorful spices, it's easy to assume it's a healthy choice, maybe even a superfood in disguise. But for older adults, especially those with sensitive stomachs, curry powder can sometimes do more harm than good if used too often or in large amounts. The first thing to understand is that curry powder isn't just one spice. It's a blend, and like any blend, its effect depends on what's inside. Most curry powders contain a mix of turmeric, cumin, coriander, fenugreek, chili powder, black pepper, garlic powder, and sometimes ginger. Many of these ingredients do offer individual health benefits like reducing inflammation or supporting digestion, but when they're all packed together, especially with the added heat from chili and pepper, the result can be overstimulating for older digestive systems. For someone in their 30s or 40s, a heaping spoonful of curry powder might not cause any issues, but as we age, our bodies become more sensitive, our stomach lining may be thinner, our enzyme levels lower, and our tolerance for heavy spice blends a bit weaker. For those dealing with acid reflux, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or general digestive sensitivity, curry powder can lead to bloating, cramps, gas, or even heartburn, especially when it contains black pepper or chili. Another concern is quality. Not all curry powders are created equal. Store-bought varieties often contain artificial colors, preservatives, or fillers to make them look brighter or last longer on shelves. These additives may trigger allergies or sensitivities, especially in older adults, and even natural blends can be problematic if you're using the same amount you did 20 years ago. As our bodies change, our portions and spice tolerances need to change too. So what's the solution? You don't have to give up curry altogether. Instead, try to use curry powder sparingly. A little goes a long way. And whenever possible, choose simple, high-quality blends with fewer additives. Even better, make your own curry mix at home. That way you control exactly what goes in. Start with more turmeric, which is gentler and has strong anti-inflammatory benefits, and cut back on the chili and black pepper. Leave out garlic or onion powder if they upset your stomach. You'll still get all the beautiful aroma and depth of flavor without the digestive discomfort. And remember, taste as you go. Start with a small amount, see how your body feels, and adjust from there. You're not giving up flavor, you're learning to refine it so it works with your body instead of against it. Because in your 60s and beyond, food should be comforting, not irritating. And with just a few smart tweaks, your favorite dishes can still bring joy, flavor, and wellness, one gentle bite at a time. The golden spice every senior should be using, turmeric. Golden, earthy, and deeply healing. Turmeric isn't just a trendy spice. For older adults, it's one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory tools you can keep in your kitchen. Used for centuries in traditional Ayurvedic and Eastern medicine, turmeric has earned its reputation as a spice that supports everything from joint comfort to brain clarity and immune strength. So what's the secret? It all comes down to a natural compound in turmeric called curcumin. Curcumin is what gives turmeric its rich yellow color and its incredible ability to calm inflammation. For seniors dealing with arthritis, stiff joints, or long-term pain, even small daily amounts of turmeric may offer noticeable relief over time. But the benefits don't stop there. Curcumin has also been shown to support brain health, helping to protect nerve cells from age decline and possibly even boost mood and focus in the process. It's no wonder many experts call turmeric the golden healer. But here's something important. Curcumin isn't easily absorbed on its own. To really get the full benefit, it helps to pair it with a small amount of black pepper, just a pinch. Studies show that the compound in black pepper, called piperine, can boost the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. That's a huge difference from taking turmeric alone. Fortunately, getting turmeric into your daily routine doesn't require anything fancy. Try sprinkling a little into scrambled eggs, stews, or soups. Stir it into warm milk with a dash of cinnamon for a soothing evening drink. You can even add it to smoothies or oatmeal. For those who love tea, a turmeric latte, sometimes called golden milk, is both delicious and calming, especially with a little honey and ground ginger. Want to make your own anti-inflammatory blend? Combine turmeric, ground ginger, and cinnamon in equal parts. Keep it in a small jar and add a pinch to yogurt, tea, or even roasted vegetables for a gentle daily wellness boost. The key is consistency. Turmeric's benefits build slowly over time, but taken regularly, it can become a trusted ally in reducing inflammation, improving comfort, and supporting long-term health without the side effects of some medications. And the best part? Turmeric doesn't just support your body, it warms your meals and deepens flavor, turning everyday recipes into something special. It's a small addition with a big return. So if you're looking for a simple, natural way to care for your joints, your mind, and your immune system, turmeric might just be the golden ticket. Cinnamon, the sweet spice that quietly supports your heart, brain, and blood sugar. Warm, sweet, and soothing. Cinnamon isn't just a favorite flavor for oatmeal, apple pie, or your morning coffee. For older adults, it's one of those rare spices that tastes like comfort but works like medicine. Behind its familiar aroma lies a world of quiet, natural support for blood sugar control, brain clarity, heart health, and more. You might think of cinnamon as something you sprinkle on toast or stir into your tea, but the truth is, this humble spice is a powerful tool for aging well. Let's start with one of its most impressive benefits, blood sugar regulation. As we get older, our bodies often become more sensitive to sugar. Even healthy meals can cause blood sugar spikes that lead to crashes, leaving us tired, irritable, or foggy-headed. Cinnamon helps smooth those ups and downs. Studies show that it can improve the way your body responds to insulin, the hormone that helps manage blood sugar. That means less roller coaster energy, fewer mood swings, and a more balanced sense of well-being after meals. Cinnamon also supports inflammation control, which is critical as we age. Chronic inflammation is a hidden driver behind many common issues: joint pain, heart disease, cognitive decline, and weakened immunity. Cinnamon contains powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that help calm this internal fire, offering relief to the joints and long-term protection for the brain and heart. But that's not all. This sweet spice has been shown to improve circulation and cholesterol balance. It may help reduce levels of LDL cholesterol, that's the bad kind, while keeping HDL cholesterol, the good kind, steady, or even increasing it slightly. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reaching your brain, muscles, and organs, and a heart that doesn't have to work as hard. And let's not forget cinnamon's natural antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. It's not just good for your insides, it can help support your immune system and reduce your body's vulnerability to seasonal bugs and long-term infections. The best part, cinnamon is easy to use and incredibly versatile. You can start your day by sprinkling a little into your morning coffee or stirring it into warm oatmeal. Add it to a smoothie with banana and almond milk for a natural no-sugar flavor boost. Mix it into yogurt with chopped apples and walnuts, or blend it into nut butter and spread it on whole grain toast for a heart-healthy, energizing breakfast. Or an especially tasty option for dinner, roast sweet potatoes or butternut squash with a dash of cinnamon and olive oil. It adds natural warmth and flavor, no need for added salt or sugar. Here's an important tip for daily use. Choose Ceylon cinnamon when you can. It's sometimes called true cinnamon, and it's gentler, slightly sweeter, and better suited for regular use than the more common cassia cinnamon, which contains higher levels of coumarin. While coumarin is safe in small amounts, too much over time may cause issues with liver function, especially for those with existing health concerns. Ceylon cinnamon, on the other hand, is safer for everyday use and offers the same great benefits with a smoother taste. And don't worry, you don't have to hunt it down at a specialty store. These days, Ceylon cinnamon is widely available online and in many health food sections. If you're reading labels, look for the word Ceylon or check the ingredient list to be sure. If you're just getting started, aim for 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of cinnamon per day, depending on your personal tolerance and what your doctor recommends, especially if you're managing diabetes or taking medications for blood pressure or cholesterol. Cinnamon is powerful, but it works best as part of a healthy routine, not as a miracle fix. And that's really the magic of this spice. It supports you quietly, gently, and consistently. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't upset your system. Instead, it works behind the scenes to help you feel steadier, clearer, and better able to meet each day with strength. So next time you're reaching for something sweet, skip the sugar and reach for cinnamon instead. It might just be the most comforting, healing habit you add to your kitchen this year. The gentle giant of spices for seniors. It's warm, it's zesty, and has been used for thousands of years to heal the body from the inside out. Ginger may look like a knobby little root, but don't let its humble appearance fool you. For older adults, it's one of the most versatile and friendly spices nature has to offer, especially when it comes to digestion, inflammation, circulation, and even everyday discomforts like nausea or dizziness. Whether brewed into a soothing tea or grated into your favorite dish, ginger has a way of showing up exactly when your body needs a little extra support, without harsh side effects or complicated preparation. It's one of those rare ingredients that feels comforting while doing powerful work beneath the surface. So why should ginger earn a spot in your daily routine? Let's start with digestion, one of the most common challenges we face as we age. Our digestive systems naturally slow down. Many people experience bloating, gas, or discomfort after meals. Ginger can help. It gently stimulates the production of digestive enzymes, which helps your body break down food more efficiently. That means less heaviness after eating, better nutrient absorption, and fewer late-night stomach issues. But digestion is only part of the story. Ginger also contains a compound called gingerol, which is what gives it that signature warmth and its impressive anti-inflammatory powers. Studies show that gingerol can help reduce joint pain and stiffness, particularly for people living with osteoarthritis. Many older adults report feeling more mobile and less swollen in the knees, hips, or fingers after just a few weeks of adding ginger into their diet. And if you've ever struggled with dizziness or nausea, whether from medications, motion, or shifts in blood pressure, ginger might be the gentle remedy you've been missing. It's well known for calming the stomach and restoring a sense of balance both physically and emotionally. A cup of warm ginger tea can work wonders on days when your stomach just isn't cooperating or when you feel a little off kilter. And let's not forget your heart health. Ginger has been shown to help improve circulation, reduce blood pressure slightly, and even support healthy cholesterol levels by lowering LDL, bad cholesterol, while leaving HDL, good cholesterol, intact. This makes it a heart-friendly spice that not only adds flavor, but contributes to long-term wellness. Now here's the good news. Ginger is easy to use and it blends beautifully into sweet or savory dishes. Start simple. Grate fresh ginger into soups, stir-fries, or stews. It adds a subtle heat that brings food to life. You can toss a slice into hot water for a calming tea, or blend it into smoothies for a refreshing, spicy kick. A small amount of ground ginger also works well in oatmeal, muffins, or roasted vegetables. For a cozy treat, try making golden ginger tea at home. Simmer a slice of fresh ginger in warm water with turmeric, cinnamon, and a touch of honey. It's the perfect afternoon companion. Warming, uplifting, and great for digestion and joint comfort. And don't worry, you don't need a lot to feel the difference. A teaspoon of grated ginger or a pinch of powdered ginger per day is enough to start experiencing benefits. If you're new to ginger, start slow and gradually increase the amount based on your taste and how your body feels. Ginger's flavor is bold but easy to balance when introduced in small amounts. Is one more tip for making ginger part of your routine? Prep it ahead of time. Peel and grate fresh ginger, then store it in the fridge or freezer in small portions. That way it's ready to go whenever you need it. No excuses, no mess. So whether you're managing arthritis, supporting digestion, calming motion sickness, or simply looking for a natural way to boost your daily energy and circulation, ginger is a spice worth leaning on. It's a natural companion for aging bodies, kind, effective, and deeply nourishing. And the best part? Ginger doesn't just heal, it enhances. It brings depth and warmth to your meals and your body alike, quietly working behind the scenes to help you feel a little stronger, a little lighter, and a little more in tune with yourself every day. So go ahead, add that slice to your tea, stir that bit into your soup, let ginger become a gentle part of your life. Your joints, your stomach, and your heart just might thank you. Rosemary, the mighty herb that supports memory, joints, and circulation. It may look like a simple sprig on roasted potatoes, but rosemary is far more than a garnish. For older adults, this fragrant herb offers a quiet kind of power, one that gently supports the mind, joints, and circulation all at once. With its earthy aroma and slightly pine-like taste, rosemary has been treasured for centuries, not just for flavor, but for its deep connection to mental clarity, vitality, and healing. It's the kind of herb that does more than make your food smell wonderful. It works in the background to keep your body and brain functioning at their best. Let's start with the brain, because that's where rosemary really shines. Researchers linked rosemary to improve memory, mental alertness, and focus. That's thanks to a compound called carnosic acid, found naturally in the leaves of the rosemary plant. Carnosic acid helps protect brain cells from oxidative stress, essentially the wear and tear that can build up with age and contribute to cognitive decline. It also supports the health of neurons, helping them communicate more effectively and stay resilient as we grow older. In fact, there's even an old saying, rosemary is for remembrance. And it turns out science is beginning to confirm what ancient traditions already knew. But rosemary isn't just good for the brain, it's also a friend to joints and muscles. As we age, inflammation becomes a common issue, especially in the form of stiff joints, sore muscles, or conditions like arthritis. Rosemary contains both anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, which may help reduce this strain on the body. If you've ever stood up from a chair and felt a tight ache in your knees or hips, rosemary might be one of the natural tools to gently ease that discomfort over time. And if you're someone who often feels cold hands or feet, or who tires easily during a walk, rosemary may help with that too. This remarkable herb has been shown to improve circulation, supporting better blood flow and oxygen delivery throughout the body. That means your cells get more of what they need to stay energized, and your extremities may start to feel warmer and more comfortable without the need for extra layers or heating pads. Now, the best part, rosemary is incredibly easy to use. You don't need to take pills or supplements to reap the benefits. Just let it become part of your everyday meals. Start by sprinkling dried rosemary onto roasted vegetables, especially potatoes, carrots, or squash. It pairs beautifully with chicken, turkey, or even lentils. You can also toss a pinch into soups or stews while they simmer, adding not just flavor but healing. Want to get creative? Try chopping fresh rosemary leaves and blending them into a light vinaigrette, a pasta sauce, or homemade marinades. You can even infuse rosemary into olive oil. Just drop a sprig into a small bottle of olive oil and let it steep for a few days. The result is a delicious, aromatic drizzle for bread, grilled veggies, or your favorite salad. Little rosemary goes a long way, especially for those watching their sodium intake. This herb packs bold, satisfying flavor, which makes it a perfect salt substitute. If you're trying to keep your blood pressure in check or reduce bloating, cutting back on salt without sacrificing taste is key, and rosemary can help you do just that. And here's something special. The scent of rosemary alone may offer benefits. In aromatherapy, rosemary oil is often used to stimulate alertness and reduce fatigue. Simply rubbing a fresh sprig between your fingers and inhaling deeply can provide a natural pick-me-up on sluggish afternoons. You can also boil a few leaves in water to release its comforting, revitalizing steam into the air. So whether you're stirring it into a soup, roasting it with potatoes, or steeping it in oil, rosemary is one of those rare ingredients that brings comfort, flavor, and healing all at once. In a world filled with supplements and synthetic health products, rosemary stands out as a natural solution that's been quietly doing its job for centuries. It doesn't shout, it doesn't overwhelm, it simply supports from the inside out. And isn't that what we all want as we get older? A little more support, a little more clarity, a little more ease in our steps and calm in our minds? So the next time you pass the spice rack or the herb garden, take a moment to appreciate rosemary, not just as a seasoning, but as a daily act of care for your body and brain. Just one sprig at a time. Fennel, the forgotten spice that brings comfort, energy, and balance after 60. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but fennel, that humble, slightly sweet and earthy spice, is one of the most powerful ingredients older adults can add to their meals. Often overlooked in favor of flashier flavors, fennel brings more to the table than just taste. It offers digestive relief, antioxidant support, and better blood sugar balance, all wrapped in a comforting, nutty aroma that feels like home. For generations, fennel has been used in traditional medicine to ease bloating and stomach discomfort. But science now confirms that this unassuming spice is much more than folklore. It's a quiet champion for aging bodies, one that works with your natural rhythms to help you feel better, move better, and eat with more joy and less discomfort. Let's start with what fennel does best, supporting digestion. As we age, our digestive systems tend to slow down. Meals that once left us energized can now lead to gas, bloating, or uncomfortable fullness. Fennel helps by stimulating digestive enzymes, making it easier for your body to break down food. That means less strain on your stomach and fewer surprises after a hearty meal. If you've ever had occasional cramping or irregular bowel movements, fennel may help there too. Its natural compounds help relax the muscles of the digestive tract, reducing spasms and supporting smoother movement. For older adults with sensitive stomachs, IBS, or occasional indigestion, a small pinch of fennel can bring big comfort. But fennel doesn't stop at digestion. It's also loaded with antioxidants, the natural defenders that protect our cells from oxidative stress, a major driver of aging. Free radicals from pollution, stress, poor diet, or even just time itself can damage your cells slowly. Fennel's antioxidants act like a shield, fighting back and helping preserve vitality, mental clarity, and joint comfort over time. One of fennel's lesser-known strengths is its impact on blood sugar regulation, something especially important for older adults managing or trying to prevent type 2 diabetes. Studies have shown that fennel may help lower fasting blood sugar levels and improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body responds to sugar more effectively. If you've been trying to cut down on sweets or manage energy crashes after meals, fennel can be a helpful ally. And here's a surprising bonus. Fennel is rich in iron, a key mineral that supports energy production and oxygen transport throughout your body. If you've been feeling unusually tired or weak, especially after meals or activity, low iron could be part of the puzzle. While fennel won't replace an iron supplement if your levels are low, it's a gentle, natural way to help keep your energy up and your cells well fed. Now, how do you actually use fennel in your cooking? It's easier than you think, and incredibly versatile. You'll often find fennel in two forms, whole seeds and ground powder. Both have a warm, slightly sweet flavor with a hint of licorice and nuttiness that pairs well with a wide range of dishes. Toasted fennel seeds release a wonderful aroma and can be crushed into spice blends or sprinkled whole onto roasted vegetables or chicken. Just dry toast them in a pan for a minute or two to bring out their full fragrance. Ground fennel, on the other hand, is perfect for seasoning soups, stews, rice dishes, or lentils. Try adding a pinch to bean dishes. It not only enhances the flavor, but also helps reduce gas, making legumes easier to enjoy. You can also stir ground fennel into yogurt, blend it into smoothies, or include it in homemade spice rubs for meats and veggies. One of the best things about fennel is its depth of flavor. It adds warmth and dimension to food without overpowering it, making it a great option for those who want to cut back on salt without sacrificing taste. For seniors managing high blood pressure or watching their sodium intake, fennel offers a flavorful way to season wisely and naturally. And here's a simple wellness trick. Steep fennel seeds in hot water to make a calming digestive tea. It's especially soothing after a large meal or before bed. Some older adults even chew on a few toasted fennel seeds after eating. It's a tradition in many cultures, and it really can help settle the stomach. So while it may not get as much attention as turmeric or cinnamon, fennel deserves a proud place in every senior spice rack. It's comforting, it's powerful, and it's deeply supportive of the systems that matter most as we age: digestion, blood sugar, circulation, and energy. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest. And fennel, with its rustic charm and gentle strength, is a beautiful example of how food can heal. So the next time you're cooking, don't overlook that little jar in the back of the cabinet. Bring it forward. Try it out. Let fennel show you how something small can make you feel a whole lot better. The final sprinkle, what your spices are really saying about your health. Here's something most people don't realize until later in life. Spices aren't just about flavor. They're about function. Yes, they make our meals taste better, but they also quietly influence how we digest, how we feel, how we heal, and how we age. And after 60, that tiny pinch of seasoning on your plate, it carries more weight than ever. Some spices like table salt or garlic powder seem harmless because they've been with us for decades. They feel like old friends. But used too often or without care, they can silently contribute to bloating, joint pain, heartburn, or even rising blood pressure. And when we don't feel well after a meal, we often blame the food, when the real culprit may be the spice blend hiding in plain sight. On the other hand, some spices are more than safe. They're healing allies. Turmeric for inflammation, cinnamon for blood sugar, ginger for digestion, rosemary for mental clarity, fennel for energy and gut support. These are not exotic ingredients reserved for health nuts or gourmet chefs. They're everyday tools that can be added to any kitchen, and they work gently without the side effects of pills or synthetic supplements. As a nutrition expert who has worked with adults well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, I can tell you this with confidence. The spices you choose can either age you faster or help you age better. And the beautiful part, you don't have to sacrifice flavor to protect your health. You just have to season with intention. Think of your spice rack not just as a place for flavor boosters, but as a natural pharmacy. Every shake, every stir, every sprinkle is a choice. Are you choosing ingredients that calm your body and sharpen your mind, or ones that quietly wear you down? For older adults, your body becomes more sensitive, but also more responsive. That's why a few thoughtful changes, like switching from refined salt to rosemary, or from garlic powder to fresh ginger, can lead to real improvements in digestion, memory, joint pain, and energy. It doesn't take a dramatic overhaul, it just takes small, consistent steps. So the next time you find yourself reaching for a spice jar or adding flavor to your meal, pause for just a moment and ask, is this helping me feel better or making things harder? That tiny pause, that moment of mindfulness, is where change begins. Because health after 60 isn't about one big decision, it's about 1,000 small ones. Every meal, every choice, every time you stand in the kitchen and season your food, you're also seasoning your future. And here's the good news. You don't have to do it all at once. Start with one change. Replace one spice. Listen to your body. See how you feel after a week of choosing anti-inflammatory herbs or swapping out highly processed seasonings. Most people are surprised by how quickly their digestion improves, how their energy evens out, or how their sleep becomes more restful, just from dialing down the irritants and dialing up the nourishment. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress, one step at a time. And remember, food is not just about calories or cravings, it's about connection to your body, your family, your joy, and your future. When you season your meals with care, you're doing more than adding taste. You're building resilience. You're honoring the wisdom of your body. You're saying, I want to feel good, not just today, but for years to come. And so let's make this personal. What's one spice you're ready to change today? Are you swapping out black pepper for thyme, trying turmeric in your morning eggs, letting go of that old salt shaker in favor of lemon and herbs? We want to hear from you. Drop your answer in the comments below. What's the first step you're taking to spice up your health the right way? If this guide helped you learn something new or reminded you of something important, tap that like button. It lets us know we're creating content that matters to you. Share this video with someone you care about, a spouse, a sibling, a friend, or even a neighbor. You never know who might be silently struggling with digestion or low energy, and how a single piece of advice could help them feel better again. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more expert-backed tips to keep you active, strong, and independent well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Every week, we'll be here sharing the best wisdom on senior wellness, natural remedies, healthy food habits, and easy steps to live longer, move better, and feel more in control of your health. Because you deserve to enjoy life with meals that taste great and make you feel even better. Your health doesn't begin in a hospital, it begins at your kitchen table. And it's never too late to make a change. So grab a spoon, stir with intention, and remember, when you season wisely, you're not just flavoring your food, you're shaping your future.